Mic check.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Wind Down with Kev, The Journey. This week, we're going to take you on a journey, risk, rewards, and relocation. I'm going to take you back to when I relocated from New York to Chicago. A lot of risk, was chasing a lot of rewards, a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. Stay tuned, check it out, and let me know what you think. So how does the story begin? How about if we talk about February 1991? Picture this. Myself, my wife, we're young, we're in our 20s, and we took a risk for a greater reward. What's the risk? We took a risk of relocating from New York to Chicago. We left all of our family and friends behind. Middle of the night, we're driving, we have our 4-year-old son in the car, and we're driving 15 hours across these United States to get to Chicago. I don't know what time we left, but I know in the journey going across Route 80 in Pennsylvania, I know it started snowing. I know the snowballs were big. Let's call it the size of a mothball, maybe a baseball. I don't know. That night, they looked like they were the size of a softball. And we drove too far. There's a lot of cities in Pennsylvania that we could have stopped in to grab a hotel halfway along the journey and stayed there and drove another 7 or 8 hours the next morning. But we didn't do that. We tried to drive through the night and it didn't work. We're in a small car, 1988 Nissan Maxima. Look it up. We liked it. It was a hot car for us, but it was small, too small to drive on a snowy highway in the middle of the night. Long story short, the snow becomes too much. We have to stop in one of those towns that you don't want to stop in and stay in one of those hotels that if you were planning it properly, you wouldn't have stayed in. But we did what we had to do. Thank God we make it through the night, we continue our drive, and we make it to Chicago safely the next day. We're in Chicago. One night to be together, to kind of settle in a little bit. 2 days later, at work. New job, same company, new city. It's the middle of the workday. I want to say about 3 o'clock. My wife calls me. Kevin, what are you doing? Working. Trying to build relationships, trying to learn my new job. She said, do you see what's going on outside? No. I look outside, it's pitch black at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And my wife shares with me that there's a tornado warning on the TV. What should we do? I don't know. We had never seen a tornado warning before. We never seen it turn pitch black at 3 o'clock. I asked my coworkers, hang in there. This too shall pass. I can remember a good friend in the office, he told me, he said, if you don't like the weather in Chicago, don't worry about it, it'll change. And it did. Thank God. Risks and rewards. These are the things that come with life. Ask yourself, how much risk are you willing to take to get to the rewards that you want to have? Why did we leave New York in the first place? Well, here's the why. Here's the whole why. Here's the whole why. That's my whole backstory. We wanted a better life. We wanted a better life for a son that we had at the time and for our future children that would be born later. And in order to get there, we thought it was necessary to take the risk of relocating. Better job, a little bit more money, a lower cost of living in Chicago versus New York. We had a little breathing room. That's what we were looking for, and we were grateful to find it. We took the risk, we got the reward. A year later, we found ourselves pretty much settled in Chicago. Moved into a nice community. We found ourselves driving back and forth to New York 3 or 4 times a year. Yes, driving, not flying. Budget did not allow for the flight. We had to drive. But we tried not to miss major occasions, weddings, birthdays, things of that nature. We wanted to be there. When we made the decision to leave New York, not everybody understood and not everybody was happy for us. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about my wife's best friend and the maid of honor in our wedding. She's gonna laugh when she sees this video. I think she's still mad at me for making the decision to take her best friend several states away, 15 hours of drive time away for this new life that we went after. Wasn't easy. Funny story, each time we took those drives back home, we'd celebrate whatever family event was going on at the time. And then when it was time to drive back to Chicago, first 45 minutes, first hour of the journey, my wife and I would never say a word. We were both thugging it out, pretending like we weren't holding back the tears. But when you're leaving your parents again, your siblings again, your nieces and nephews again, and you don't necessarily know when you're coming back, it's hard. But that's part of the struggle. That's part of the path. That's part of the risk and rewards that you have to take. So as you listen to this and you have your own thoughts about making a move, maybe you're in the South and you want to move to New York. Maybe you're in New York and you're looking at Texas and Florida that a lot of people are thinking about right now. Think about the risk. Think about the reward. What would you do? Would you do it again? I would. I would definitely take the risk again because the rewards are definitely worth it. More to follow in the next episode. Thanks for watching another episode of Wind Down with Kev. If you like what you saw, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to go back and check out some of our other videos. And most importantly, share your thoughts. I love to know what you think.